Hey everybody, welcome to our next exit. Well, we just about got our space all set up here. We got a big old teardrop kind of shape. We've got enough space for 45 or 50 RVs. And you can see there's a lot of space up in the back, up and down the sides and up in the back for you guys that don't want to park in the circle so you can run your generators and stuff. So right now there's plenty of room for everybody. It still looks like we're going to have 90 or so RVs. It's all empty back here in the back. Be a pretty good walk to the fire pit, but I gotta say, we found one of the best uses for our portable power stations that we've ever found. And the temperatures are getting down in the 30s, below freezing a bunch of the nights. So we bought us 2 seat warmers, and they cost $50 a piece, and they plug right into a portable power station. They use about 30 watts per chair, so about 50 or 60 watts.
On this side.
And they keep you toasty warm, even with a fire in a jacket. It's nice having that seat warmer.
There you go.
I'd leave it alone.
Well, that's why I told you to have one.
I built that fire now.
I was thinking that same thing. I'm thinking, wait a minute.
It's taking my fire.
Don't be that guy, John. Nice.
Why'd you build it so far down?
No more stealing from this one now.
Well, we were going to start in the middle and go down as we went. That was the plan. Depending on who sold and how many sold.
It's kind of a test fire here. Yeah,
So here's our fire ring. We want to make sure everybody's got a front row seat. It gets pretty cool here at night in Arizona. And we don't want any back seats. So we obviously need we built us 2 or 3 different designs on our fire rings so we could sit 100 or 150 people in a fire and everybody get a little bit of heat. And we ended up with this design where we have a big fire ring and then we have 50-foot long total fire pit. So you can sit down it on both sides, and as people come and go, you can take your fire and extend it out and build the fire all the way down to the end going either way. And then as people leave, we can scoop up the coals and put them back into the main fire. And so far it's been working great. We've only had about 20 people at a fire, but it seems to be working pretty good and much appreciated. And that brings up another point. It takes a lot of wood for 100, 200 people to sit around a fire. So what we're asking is if you're not coming to any of the campfires, then don't worry about bringing firewood. But if you come to one campfire, we'd ask you to bring a box of wood. Now what we're calling a box of wood is the $30 box from the local firewood place. It's 3 boxes for $10 a piece for a total of $30. And if you're going to come to several campfires, we ask that you bring 5 boxes. That's $50 of firewood for the 90 or 100 RVs that's going to show up. That ought to give us plenty of firewood. We can stretch the fire all the way out so everybody can sit in front of a fire. Everybody can tend a fire. Some people like it tall, some people like it wide. So it should be a lot of fun, but we need a lot of wood. So please, once you get here, plan on going into town and picking up either 3 or 5 or more if you want, boxes of firewood. We'll all appreciate it if we all chip in. Sitting around the campfire is not the only thing going on at the next exit boondocking rally. Food, and lots of it. A month or 2 ago, you saw us practicing cooking the smash burgers and the chicken wings and the jalapeno poppers. Well, today we practiced
butter made a big difference.
sausage and egg McMuffins.
Our lack of butter.
And they turned out awesome. Probably the biggest success story we've had.
Where's that knife? Here's a knife.
One thing I want to tell you, if you're bringing a grill and you were looking for some egg rings, that's what we're using there, and they work great. We got to add muffins to the thing. These just regular old English muffins worked out great. And then, kind of a side note, we need buns for our smash burgers. Brioche buns or pretzel buns. We've got several items to add, and as folks start arriving, more folks start arriving, we'll kind of see who's brought what, and maybe we can get together and go up to Blythe or maybe even to Quartzsite and pick up the extra food items that we need. But it wasn't all work. If you come to Quartzsite, you're going to end up going to Silly Al's Pizza. That is some of the best pizza that we've ever had.
Pretty good? Very good. Good? Very good. Everybody's got pizza left, but I say yours is about started.
So campfires, great food. I mean, what more could you ask for? Events, that's what you could ask for. We got lucky, and a number of the folks that are putting on some of the events for us were in Yuma right before we left to go to Quartzsite. And they came over. Pearl made a lasagna dinner. Dave from Our Endeavor, I'll put a link up here. He does a live every Sunday night. And he did his live there on the front porch of the house. So you're probably wondering what that's all about. Well, the rumor is that Mr. Dave normally does his live with no pants. And his camera only comes to about here, so you can never know. Well, nobody wanted me to let the secret out, so it's out now. But luckily for us, Dave agreed to wear pants, and here we are doing the live.
Oh my gosh, we have been having fun. Ms. Pearl and Bob invited us over for dinner along with all of these crazy people. And we thought, you know what, let's do the live and let's have some fun.
Pamela Spencer says we can hear that laughter all the way over in 53rd Street.
Hey, Bob and Pam.
Hey, Bob. How you doing?
And we had a blast. And then once that was over, we all kind of come and sat around talking about the events, what days we should do what, how long, what supplies we need. Most of the supplies we're going to be able to furnish. So it should be an everyday chock full of bingo, rock painting, watercolor postcards, 3D card, just all kind of stuff. It should be a ton of fun. And once we got it all resolved, we're just sitting around. And I said, hey, let's make a group photo. And got a super photo. This is some of the folks that you're going to be meeting at the rally. And you meet some more of them as they get here in Quartzsite to do the ride to the desert bar, to do the off-road vehicle out to the mines and the different springs and stuff. A lot of things planned, and I think you'll all have a lot of fun. And just like it says on the logo, RVers always find friends at their next exit. Come and join the fun. Everybody smile?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm thinking, if you've watched the video all the way to here, you've probably noticed that it takes a lot of people to put this rally up. It's not all that much about me and Pearl. It's about all the folks that you've seen in this video. And then we've got 3 potluck dinners. Jim and Denise are putting on the stuffed baked potatoes on Tuesday night. Daryl and Priscilla are doing the Mexican potluck on Wednesday night. And then Mickey and Billy are doing the Oriental potluck Thursday night. We haven't even met some of these folks, but they stepped up and volunteered. So we've got a lot of community meals. We got a lot of food that we got to prepare. Hopefully everybody that signed up said you have a smoker or a grill is going to be willing to help us out and bring those smokers out, and we'll be setting them up around the campfire, and we'll cook these ribs and smash burgers, sausage and egg McMuffins all together. We're practicing, we're trying to get down our recipes and get down a procedure so we can get them cooked up where they taste good and we can cook them up in a timely manner. But let me go over the menu items. As you know, we put out a survey a month or so ago, and a lot of you went in and checked off, said I'll bring 3 pounds of hamburger or some ribs or chicken or whatever it was. And it's no real surprise that you guys have stepped up as well. The community meals all seem to have plenty of volunteers that have a lot of interest. A lot of people want to participate in them, and a lot of people are bringing their side dishes. So once we get to the rally, we'll have the team leaders of each community meal. We'll get a hold of all you guys and kind of coordinate who's bringing what. and they should work out perfect. And we've had pretty good luck with our food items we've asked for you guys to bring for the opening day, for the Sunday breakfast, for the rib cook-off, and for the stuffed potatoes. But we do have to make a couple of minor adjustments. So first off, you can see we've got 14 smokers and about 30 grills. And that kind of works for the amount of people we're going to have and the food that was contributed. We've got 75 RVs or couples that have signed up to eat on Saturday at the opening day get together. And in one of our surveys, we asked everybody to kind of pick the foods that they wanted to contribute. We had 36 people that said they'd bring 3 pounds of hamburger, 80-20 hamburger meat to make the smash burgers. And that seemed like the right number, but the patties we're making are 5 ounces, and so there's 3 to 1, 3 hamburgers for each pound, 3 hamburger patties for each 1 pound of hamburger meat. So 108 pounds would give us about 300 and something hamburgers. That's a little more than we need. And we didn't put buns on there just so it didn't get too complicated. So what we decided to do is add a column for buns and ask you if you volunteered to bring 3 pounds of hamburger, knock that down to 2 pounds of hamburger, which will get us a little over 200 hamburger patties, and that'll work pretty good. Because we got 75 RVs that said they want to participate, assuming 2 people in each RV, that's 150 people eating hamburgers. So that works fine. And then to replace that pound of hamburger, we added a column for hamburger buns, either the pretzel buns or the brioche buns. Any kind of nice, small, quality hamburger bun works just fine. So 36 people getting 8-pack of hamburger buns, that gets us 240 or something hamburger buns. So we got hamburgers worked out. Chicken wings, that's about, I think we have 9 people bringing a 5-pound package of chicken wings, and that's just about what we can cook in 13 or 14 smokers. You need to bring your own condiments. If you want lettuce, tomatoes, mustard, mayonnaise, bring those yourself, bring a paper plate, and then we'll give you your cooked smash burger on a bun with meat and cheese, and then you can put on whatever you want on it, if anything. They're good without anything else, but everybody likes it a little bit different. And then we'll have vegetable trays, and we're going to do the grilled jalapeno pepper poppers. So we need 100 or 200 of those jalapeno peppers, but we'd rather somebody bring them down just a couple of days before the rally. So between the 15th and 22nd, if whatever 6 or 7 of you bought a bag of 30 or 40 jalapeno peppers each and brought those down, we can get all the stuffings and making there in Quartzsite. But we need fresh jalapeno peppers, and they probably won't have that many in Quartzsite. And then just real quick on the breakfast, we've got more than enough eggs. We ask a number of you to bring 3 dozen eggs, and that's too many. If the ones that volunteered to bring 3 dozen eggs, if you could bring 2 dozen eggs and 1 pound of sausage, that would do just fine for the sausage and egg McMuffin setup. And then the folks that volunteered to bring bacon or sausage, 2 pounds of bacon or sausage, you guys still bring your bacon or sausage, but make it just 1 pound and 1 bag of English muffins. That way we've got less eggs, less meat, and then add the English muffins. Should cost you roughly the same thing, and we'll have hopefully a little bit of leftovers. The problem is, we just don't know how many people is going to show up. We've got our list, but things happen. There's probably another 10 or 15 of you that's going to need to cancel for whatever reason, and we've got a number of you that never responded to the survey, so we don't know if you're coming or not coming. So we need a little bit of extra for people that's just going to, we want everybody that we can to make it. So to make sure we can feed everybody. Ribs, we've only got 27 or 8 racks of ribs, and we got like 100 I think 50 people signed up for ribs. So we're gonna have to come up with some more ideas about what we can supplement the ribs with. Some people are talked about bringing some pulled pork, but we'll work that out over the next week or two. And then as people arrive, we see how many people are gonna get there. We will kind of add to that rib dinner. So the meals look like they're coming together really good. I think there's gonna be some great food. There's probably gonna be some burnt meat. There may be some surprises whenever you come to get it, your community meal. But I bet you enjoy it and I bet you don't go hungry. So that's gonna wrap it up on our food. As we find out more who's gonna show up and who doesn't, we'll get drilled down more to a little bit more specific. Cross your fingers, baby. So those are the changes we got for now. Don't worry about changing on the survey. Just bring it, and as we get closer, more people come in, they tell us what they brought, then we can fine tune. We'll know closer how many people are gonna actually come. We're starting to get cancellations. We've had maybe a dozen cancellations so far. So that's pretty much it, guys. You got caught up on where we stand with the Radley. We still got 2 or 3 weeks to go. But we're getting close, and it looks like it's going to be one heck of a good time.
Home sweet home.
So until we see you guys again next time,
Better
keep
check
the
the
wheels
calendar
rolling.
first, all right.
Stay safe. We'll see you at the next exit. Bye-bye, folks. You said June bugs want to go to Joe. Have the June bugs.
Camera was sinking.
Oh, leg's not tight.
Is that thing turned on? Yeah. I want to see that.
That's like the third time that's happened.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Everybody.
Because to be in the background smiling like you're
Did you know it right away, or did you think, am I just dreaming? Is that?
When it first moved and then it stopped, and I'm